So now we are going to go into some more serious stuff where I'll discuss about the application timeline for universities in US, UK, Canada, and Europe. And this is going to be general. It's going to be applicable for undergraduate applications also and graduate student applications also. And specifically, I'll be focusing on two group of universities. First group will be US, UK, and Canada, and the second group will be Europe. So anywhere I mention US, it definitely takes care of UK and Canada also because they have similar uh, university application system, and Europe has been different. So I'll mention US and Europe only from now on. So let's go into some very important things. A general idea about US would be US universities usually have 3 rounds of application. The first round or the first set of deadline will be for priority deadlines or priority applications. The second is a general or common, and the third is for domestic. So the first one, priority would mean uh, you are given a priority for admission, and you will be given priority if there are any other advantages in terms of financial aid, etc. The second, general, is for everyone. It will be usually in somewhere in February, and the domestic or the third deadline will be for domestic students also. International students cannot apply in the deadline. This is the restriction is because you need a visa. For international students, they need to provide visa. So university application deadlines are earlier till March, so they get enough time to make the decision about your admission, if you are offered an admission or not. And if you are offered, then you need to go through the complete visa process. So hence there is a deadline, while this is not the case for domestic students. So they have a much later deadlines even in June and July. So that is first thing, understanding the importance of priority deadline. You will get an advantage if you do submit your application by priority deadline. The second thing is you need to understand that the admissions usually take place on the basis of rolling based admission. What does that mean? This is usually applicable for US, UK, and Canada. I've seen this is very common in US. Rolling base means the professors or the committee over there who is going to take or check your application, whatever documents you have submitted for the admission, they'll not wait for the deadline to reach. So if you have submitted much before the priority deadline, they are going to look at your documents and your eligibility and make a decision immediately. So they are not going to wait till the deadline approaches. So what does that mean is if you are going, if they are opening the application somewhere in September, and immediately in October, if you are submitting your application for the for admission, then by that time only by 1 month there will be a small number of students who would have submitted, and in that small number of small group you have a better chance of getting an admission if you wait for a longer time. So if the priority deadline, let's say, is in 15th December, then by 15th December there will be a lot of people who have submitted the application, and then the committee, the decision making committee, has a larger pool from which they can choose. So you have a lesser chance. So the rolling based admission means you earlier you apply, better your chances. And so let's go with the list of major tasks we have on our hand right now. So the first thing we need to start with is GRE preparation. And GRE preparation, I'm taking it as the first major task because we are usually in better touch with our academics, English and quantitative, and it's much easier to continue the preparation and give the GRE uh, fast. So there are 3 parts in GRE preparation. We need to prepare for verbal, quantitative, and essay. Essay are usually reasoning based. It's not given essay on Diwali or agriculture farms, etc. It's reasoning based essay. And usually the exam dates are not available. There are not many exam dates available because there are a lot of students who want to appear for GRE and the exam dates are not enough. So it's usually like that. If you start checking date at August, September, October, then you will not get dates in given 1 month. Usually those dates will be much later than 1 month, 1.5 month, 2 month. So those things will delay your. So it's much better you start GRE preparation first and give your exam as early as possible. And when you give your GRE, you have an option to send your score for GRE to 4 universities free of cost. So the fees for giving GRE one time is 15,000, and every time you want to give the GRE again, you need to pay 15,000. So it's better you prepare best, and in one shot you give your best performance. And more details about GRE preparation will go in the another video. The second major task is to research about universities. So we should go and check their websites. We should go on and check on only the original websites, the authentic websites, and maintain the Excel sheet. So I'll also discuss about what is the Excel sheet, what all data we need to take care of while we are researching about university. The third thing is to shortlist universities. So we would have checked about 50, 70, 100 universities, and then it's not feasible actually to make to apply to 100 universities. You can apply to some 5, 7, 10, 15 universities as per different variables. But so out of 70, 50 universities, we need to shortlist some 10 universities where we will actually apply. So that could be based on some actual reviews. We may talk to some seniors. We can reach out people, alumni on LinkedIn, Facebook, etc., and compare the variables used or mentioned in our Excel sheet. Okay. The fourth thing is the English proficiency test preparation. So there are two English proficiency tests which are allowed in US and in Europe also. In US, they prefer TOEFL, but IELTS scores are also acceptable. They are acceptable at all universities, equally acceptable. There is no bias. You give a TOEFL or you give IELTS, there is no bias. I have given IELTS, so I know the thing. And in Europe, IELTS is preferred, but they will accept TOEFL scores also. Over here also, the exam dates usually will not be available if you wait till the end time. So it's better you finish your preparation earlier and give the exam also earlier. And over here also, as GRE test, you can send your scores to 4 universities free of cost. Afterwards, sending scores will take money. So it's better you have a general idea of where you want to apply. So these 4 universities where we want to send scores, you know it beforehand, and send scores free of cost when it's your exam day. You need to send scores when you give the exam on the exam day. Okay, and I'll give you more details of this in later videos. Then we need to contact professors for to get letter of recommendation, and usually we may be asked from the professor that you provide a draft. So we may have to provide a draft of our required letter of recommendation to the professor, and we'll go into the details later also. Then we need to draft SOP and resume or CV, and then we need to also make a university specific SOPs and resumes. The same SOP will not go into each university, then it is useless. You need to make changes. And the last thing is applying, actual applying. So where we need to send scores of our English proficiency test, GRE preparation, transcript, and fill other details also, which I have discussed earlier in the first video itself. So let's get into the comprehensive timeline for university application. I would propose this timeline. A small fluctuation is completely fine from this timeline. And if you have any other doubts, if you have missed something, you can let me know in the comment, and I can guide you how can you make up for your missed preparations. So first you should start with GRE preparation immediately your semester is ending. So as soon as the even semester ends, somewhere in mid-May, you should start GRE preparation, and may take it to some 2 months. And please get it done by July. Book your GRE exam date, and as early as possible, finish with your GRE exam. The next thing is university research. That will take some considerable amount of time. So I have given 3 months for it: June, July, August. Then university shortlisting should not take much time if you have done a proper research on universities. So I have given the August month itself for university shortlisting. Then English proficiency test preparation. It is a very simple. The English level over here is very easy. So if you have done your GRE preparation to the point, English test proficiency test preparation will not take much. It will only take 1 week for you. Okay. and given August month. So preparation alongside giving exams, I have considered till July and giving exams for English proficiency test in August. Then getting letter of recommendation is September to October. Uh, then drafting SOP and resume, it is September to November. So SOPs may take considerable amount of time. It can take uh, time varying from few days, a couple of days to couple of months, even 3 months. And you need a proper introspection to write a good LOR and write a good SOP also. Then the applying phase I have written for November to December. Okay. And this is what I have mentioned in a better format. So somewhere there are overlaps, but I have grouped things uh, in, in three colors. So the first is orange color, which means GRE preparation, English proficiency test preparation, which are academic things. You need to learn something and give exam for it. The second group is for university research, where you need not make or use a lot of your brain. It's just reading stuff, researching stuff. So it's just exploration. And the other is LOR, SOP, and resume, where you need introspection. You need to know yourself and present yourself. So it's a different kind of stuff, different kind of work you need to do. And application phase is another stuff. So as per that, I have grouped uh, your work, and similarly, you can also figure out things. Okay. And if you have any other queries, do let me know. In the next video, we'll look at the deadlines of universities more closely in US and UK, US and Europe. Thank you.